Okay, so phrasal verbs. We all love them, but what exactly is a phrasal verb and how do you need to think about them? Okay, so basically, a phrasal verb is two words together. Okay, that's why it's a verb, but it's phrasal verb, yeah? So it's usually a verb and a particle. So a particle can either be a preposition or an adverb. So, for example, in, about, around, off, on. Yes, it's usually a verb and one of those. Okay, and the thing about this is you need to think of phrasal verbs as a unit, the two words together as a meaning. So it's almost like learning vocabulary as in a word, but it's two words. Sometimes you can tell from the meaning of, from the verb, you can kind of guess. Other times it makes no sense, and I can't even tell you why we say that. So let's look at an example. Okay, so look, right? We all know what the meaning of the word is look, right? Look with your eyes, to use your eyes, right? And up means up, yeah? Up, yeah, but when we look at the phrasal verb look up, now as a unit, it has several different meanings. For example, I'll have to look the word up in the dictionary, means to search for it in a dictionary. It kind of makes sense, right? You can tell look up, but look up, that's what it means. Look up, yeah? Then here's another one. I'll look you up next time I'm in London. It means I'll search you out and we can go for a drink. Yeah, you will visit someone. Yeah, so I'll look you up. Yeah. And then another one, things are looking up. That means things are improving. Yeah. So we had a tough time with the pandemic, but things are looking up, right? Shops are opening and the economy is going again and things like that. So things are looking up. So yes, phrasal verbs, you have to look at the two together. Okay, and we'll also see another word with look, look forward to. So we're going to see that one. So I've just shown you the ones of look plus up, look up. Yeah. So that's why you need to learn it as one thing. And there is actually, if you Google, you can get a phrasal verb dictionary. So yes, you can. Somebody asked me. I don't know if it was Deborah. No, I don't think it was. They said to me, how many phrasal verbs are there? And I actually had to Google it. I think there's 7,000. So don't worry. We're never going to learn them all. So we just do the best and we find the ones. Right, so let's set some context for what we're going to look at today. So we're going to compare what it is about phrasal verbs. So phrasal verbs are important because native speakers use them all the time. They probably don't even know that they are phrasal verbs. It's kind of something that I didn't learn at school. I had to actually learn about them to teach them to language learners. So let's look in the context of this. So everybody's in this meeting and Jack is the boss and he says, if we're all here, let's get started. First of all, I'd like you to join me in welcoming Ravi now from our London office. Okay. Now, let's see two ways this meeting can go. So Ravi could say, thank you for having me. I'm eagerly awaiting for today's meeting. He's okay, sounds okay, yeah, sounds good. But he probably would say this. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to today's meeting. Yeah, and this is very common. try to incorporate this into your speaking. So anything that you are eagerly awaiting, you say, oh, I'm looking forward to that. Yes. Hopefully you're looking forward to learning all these phrasal verbs today. Probably not, but I can hope. Okay. So have a look at how this is much more natural sounding, right? So phrasal verbs are often really simple words. Look forward to. They're usually much simpler words than their formal alternatives, right? So now Jack comes into the meeting. So he says, we're here today to discuss ways of reducing costs. First, let's examine the report from the last meeting, which was held on April the 4th. Right, Tom, over to you. Okay, sounds good, right? But this is probably what he would say. Jack, we're here today to discuss ways of cutting down costs. Yeah. First, let's go over the report. So not examine. Examine's formal. Yeah, for a kind of a meeting, let's go over. Examine would be more maybe someone in a science lab. Yeah, let's examine the results. But for a meeting, a business meeting, first let's go over the report. So let's look at it, well, examine it. Yeah. So same meaning, but this one is far more natural and relaxed, right? People feel comfortable with each other. Yeah, this would be much more formal. Okay. Right. So we've got a few more in here. So thank you, Jack. So now Tom says, thank you, Jack. Let me just summarize the main points. We began the meeting by approving the changes in our accounts department proposed on May the 30th. After briefly revising the changes that would take place, we moved on to a brainstorming session. You will find a copy of the different ideas discussed in the photocopies that I've distributed. Okay, so we're looking at the words summarize, proposed, and distributed. Yeah, so let's have a look at the phrasal verb alternative of saying this. Okay, so instead of saying, let me just summarize, he says, let me just sum up the main points. Yeah, sum up the main points. We began the meeting, this is the same, by approving our accounts department put forward on May the 30th, as opposed to proposed. Same message. After briefly revising the changes that will take place, we moved on to a brainstorming session. So if you're not sure what that means, it's a session where everybody puts their ideas, contributes their ideas. You'll find a copy of the different ideas in the photocopies that I've handed out. Now this again, you would never say distributed in a regular meeting. You would say handed out. Hand. It kind of makes sense, right? Hand out. Hand as in the verb of using your hand out. Yeah. So yes, so this side here is much more natural sounding. Yeah. And it's because of the phrasal verbs. Okay, let's go on. Let's continue with the conversation. So Jack says, thank you, Tom. Now we need to get some ideas from all of you. Okay, so we have to cut down costs. Okay, now, so now, and not me, I'm not this person. She's not nice. I'm nice. I would never say this. Okay. I definitely think we need to dismiss a few staff members. So we need to ask some people to leave, right? I don't think we have a choice. Not very nice. Okay. but this is probably what she would say. I definitely think we need to lay off a few staff members. I don't think we have a choice. So lay off again. Lay off means to ask people to leave when you have to cut down costs or things like that, right? It's different to being fired, but that's for another thing. So dismiss, lay off. Okay. And Jenny says, I like Jenny, Anne, not me, that Anne. I think we need all our employees. What about negotiating a lower price with our suppliers? Good, Jenny. Good thinking, Jenny. Jack says, yes, that might be a good idea. We should make contact with our suppliers right away. So this implies some kind of like urgency. We must do this soon. Yeah. We must call them, negotiate with them, tell them what we want, right? But this is actually what Jack would say. Jack would say, yes, that might be a good idea. We should get onto our suppliers right away. So get onto in this context means make contact with, but get onto means also get started with the job, right? That we need to do. Get onto our suppliers right away. Right. Now we're going to have a look at some more phrasal verbs, all got to do with work, meetings, things that you might say at business meetings. But now we will see if we can find the meaning. Okay, so what we're trying to do here is look at the sentence and from the context, try and guess the meaning. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of minutes just to read all the possible answers. And then let's do number one. Let's go through number one. I've been stuck in the office all day. I wish I could get out for 30 minutes. Just put the letter, if you know which one, put the letter in the chat. F. Anybody else? Yeah, well done. F. Yeah. So just get out means go outside, escape. Yeah, I just need to get out for 5 minutes. Yeah, I just need to go away from this place. Not necessarily go home or go far away, but I just need to get out. Yeah. So listen to my pronunciation as well. The words get joined together, get out. I need to get out. I need to get out for 30 minutes. Yeah, good. Next one. I've got lots of work to do. I need to get down to it. I need to get down to it. A. Yeah, you're right. So it's also quite interesting. It's also quite interesting that I'll just put it there for now. How many phrasal verbs there are with get. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a webinar just on that. Phrasal verbs and confusing words around get. So if that's something that would interest you, can you just put yes in the chat box? My community and my clients get confused with get because we use it all the time. So just type yes in the box if it's something you'd like to see in the future. Okay, another use of the word get. Jackie never seems to do much work. I don't know how she gets away with it. Good, Simona. Good. Good, good, good. Yes. Yeah, so escape. Yeah, I don't know how our Prime Minister gets away with the things he does. Yeah, our Boris Johnson. He's terrible. He does terrible things and lies all the time. And everybody still loves him. Don't know how he gets away with it. Yeah. Good. I've just moved the B down there. Okay, good. Joanna always tries to come up with another one. You need to come up with some good ideas at the meetings. So Joanne always tries to come up with great ideas, but nobody likes them. What do you think? Yes. So you might have this one, someone saying, like a boss or somebody saying, listen, if you want to save this company, you need to come up with some better ideas. Yes. Come up with. Again, it's common. It's used a lot. Yeah. Maybe a little bit disrespectful. You probably wouldn't say it to your boss, but you would say it to your colleagues or teammates. Yeah, we need to come up with a better idea. Yeah. Okay. In the end, they decided to pull out of the deal. Pull out. Yes, withdraw. Again, we wouldn't say withdraw from the deal. We'd say pull out. Yeah. It's just how it is. Good. There isn't much work to do. I think I'll knock off. Deborah is my client. She should know this one. Yes. So that's different to get out, okay? Knock off means finish work. So you might say to someone, oh, do you want to go for a drink tonight? What time do you knock off? Yeah, it's an informal way of saying, what time do you finish work? It's a friendly, informal way. Yeah. Our new product will really make us stand out. Stand out. You should be able to tell from the words. Yeah. Be noticeable. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So again, we use it a lot. Yeah. We don't say be noticeable. We say stand out. She was wearing a terrible pink dress. She stood out. We have an idiom that says she stood out like a sore thumb. So your thumb, if it gets painful, it gets all big. Yeah. Stand out. Stand out like a sore thumb. Yeah. Okay. Carl tends to slack off in the afternoon. He doesn't have much energy late in the day. Slack off. Yeah, so slack off is a little bit insulting. It means being a little bit lazy. Maybe, I don't know, it depends on if he does have lots of work to do. But if he slacks off while everyone else is working hard at getting a project done, then it's not good, right? Yeah. Okay, so number 9, if we can't survive the financial crisis, we're likely to go under. Yes, we're bankrupt. So sometimes we also say go bust. Same thing, right? Go under, go bust. means go bankrupt, no more money. Then you have to lay off people or shut down the factory. Everywhere. Okay, so bad news. It looks like the deal is going to fall through. Yeah, this is what we talk about, fail, right? But not so hard for anyone to guess. Okay, yeah. So all of these just show you they're so common. Okay, like I said, native speakers don't even know they use them half the time. I listen to my granddaughter, she's 3. She uses them all the time. She doesn't have a clue what they are, but she uses them all the time. That's the downfall of being an English teacher and watching someone grow up learning a language. Yeah, it's just part of our language, and they don't see it as separate vocabulary. We don't. But it is something that causes a lot of confusion with language learners. Let's do them quickly. What's this word? Can you remember? What was the phrasal verb that went here? Eagerly await. I think it was the very first one. Yeah, good. But remember that, Simona, that phrasal verbs, the verb conjugates the same and takes tenses the same as a normal verb, right? So because this is question form, we would say, do you look forward to? Yeah, so we need to conjugate it. Do you look forward to? Yeah, do you look forward to meetings? Anybody here look forward to meetings? Anybody love meetings and look forward to them? Oh, I can't wait for that meeting on Zoom again. Okay, good. Next one. How does your company reduce costs? Remember, anybody? Reduce? Cut down. Well done. Thanks, Deborah. Yep. Cut down. Is somebody responsible for? Okay, so be careful of how you conjugate the verb here. How do you make this verb form right? Summarizing. Phrasal verb 4. Sounds similar. Summing up. Yeah. Yeah, good. Summing up. We need the ing here because responsible for always is followed with ing. Does your company's director always accept ideas that are? Anybody? Suggested? Very common. Put forward, yeah. Remember, put is irregular verb, so it doesn't change. That are put forward. When is it a good idea to? Okay, this one everyone should know. Anybody? Simona, well done. Yeah, lay off workers. When did you last make contact with? Get onto. Thank you. Get onto. Yeah, good. Yeah. So this is ways that you can use to help yourself. Now you can ask yourself these questions and ask them. But unfortunately, we run out of time. So to sum up, the final point Idioms and phrasal verbs are necessary to sound natural in English. Okay. It's just one of those things, and it's annoying because there are simple words, but it's a whole new vocabulary set that you need to study. Yeah. So spend time learning them. Look, we didn't do that many phrasal verbs today, maybe even too many for half an hour, but spend time with these words. Learn them, practice them, make your own sentences, find different forms, things like that, okay? Because, and then make a goal to use it, yeah? So I suggest you get onto this as soon as possible. Increase your phrasal verb vocabulary, yeah? So get onto it as soon as you can, yeah? Immediately. So in the chat box, anybody, which one are you going to use? Which one are you going to try and use this week? Look forward. Okay, so remember, Simona, it's going to be look forward to, yeah? So you need to, and then whatever it is you're eagerly awaiting, yeah? I'm looking forward to Christmas, yeah? Children always look forward to Christmas, and we do as well. I'm looking forward to my holiday break. I'm going away. So I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. So don't forget, Simona, to put to. Yeah. To put to with the phrasal verb. Yeah. I'm looking forward to. Usually, verb with ing. I'm looking forward to sleeping late every day. Yeah. Right. Anybody like to put forward? Any other phrasal verbs that we can use in a meeting? Or are there any that you'd like me to help you with? Fix up. Yeah. Yes. So fix up would mean arrange. So it would that would be used more in it would be used more as in like, let's fix up a meeting for next week. Maybe go to your boss and say, oh, I'm having some problems with this project, we need to speak. You'll say, okay, let's fix up a meeting for later on today and we can discuss it. Or we need to have a meeting with all our colleagues, so let's fix up something for next week. The last webinar, I've put together a whole lot of idioms and phrasal verbs that I'm hoping to go through a little bit by little bit in webinars next year. But I've put together a whole lot for you as a thank you for listening to me. So it's 2 books and a quiz. Okay, so one is idioms, one is phrasal verbs, and then there's the quiz. Okay, so this is the idioms. Look at the phrasal verb, then read the sentence and try and guess what it means. Yeah, and then if you don't know, have a look at the meaning and then make your own sentence. That's how you need to do this. So this is in a book format, ebook format with kind of flip pages. But if you click on this little thing over here, you can download it as a normal PDF. Yeah. And then the third document is a quiz about these phrasal verbs that are in this book. Some just to test you. Again, a bit like what we did this evening. Kind of looks like this, and the answer key, so don't worry. I shall put it in the chat now. You are welcome to it. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to message me in LinkedIn or send me an email. Yeah, and you should get the recording. Right, you're welcome. Any questions? Sure, everybody clear? I hope you go and use them. I didn't explain all of these for you to just go away and forget it, okay? Choose 2 or 3 that you learned tonight and go and use them, okay? If you felt confused, message me, yeah? Message me and tell me what happened, if it didn't come out right or whatever, yeah? Don't be afraid to try and make mistakes. You should probably get it right, yeah? So yeah, there's my LinkedIn, but you've got my details because you are here from LinkedIn. There's my email address. You're welcome at any time to ask me any questions. So once again, thank you for coming to this webinar. I hope you found it helpful. Any feedback is always welcome. Was it boring? Was it interesting? Did you learn something? Didn't learn anything? I'd love to know so I can make my webinars better. So once again, thank you for coming, and hopefully I'll see you next year. I should be doing them every 2 or 3 weeks next year.